Soy Trek. TOS.
Oh, here we are. It's a shame, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
It's a goddamn shame.
What a shame it is.
It's a shame.
Shame.
What do you have shame about?
God. Okay, we're doing like an hour, right?
Yeah, we got to do a tight hour. So
this will just be a separate cast called Pat's Shame Cast.
Pat's Shame Cast. That would be Patrick, I'm not going to be your therapist. Like, this is something you need to pay someone for. Yeah. I shouldn't have asked. Sorry. That was a lot of emotional labor.
Sir, this is a podcast.
Welcome to the podcast. This is Soy Trek that you're listening to. We're a Marxist, hedonist, Star Trek podcast. Used to be a merch company. Paramount found out. They said, no. You can't make funny parody merch.
No.
You can't make no parody merch. That ain't cool. And we're like, nah, pretty cool. And they're like, nah. And not. Send some lawyers after us. So now we're here. Now we're in the dungeon of podcast world. Welcome.
Yeah, it makes me think, like, because, like, yeah, so all those, like, Star Trek Barbies and Star Trek, like, Christmas ornaments, they all have to get, like, the official go-ahead. I'm thinking about it. Like, they can't just, like, make that stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Like, they, I don't know, they work out licensing deals. But they're like, you know, that's an official product that's not parody. Like, yes. You know, I wasn't selling shirts that said, like, Star Trek, The Next Generation in the Star Trek, The Next Generation font, you know? I was selling shirts that said Slut Trek in the Next Generation font. And, like...
But you can find people selling those, like, kind of like bootleg shirts online. Like, I remember getting, like...
Oh, there's so many bootleggers online. So many bootleggers online. Yeah. The thing is, like, most of them don't get targeted because they don't have, like, a kind of a multi-brand thing. Like, a lot of presence like we do. You know, so...
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're small potatoes, yeah. But I remember getting, like, a bootleg Quarks Bar shirt, and... the logo basically dissolved off.
No.
So it was just a black t-shirt after a while.
That sucks. I think I got the same one.
Did yours dissolve too?
Yeah. Shitty shirt. It was like it was a decent shirt itself, but the print on it is terrible.
Yeah, it totally went off. Like, I guess you just weren't supposed to tumble dry it at all.
Right. Hang dry all your clothes, people.
Yeah.
It takes forever and it sucks and it ruins the collars on t-shirts. But screen print. Your dryer is ruining your clothes.
I knew a guy, like, he was obsessed with Japanese denim.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, he was saying that you aren't supposed to wash denim at all.
No, you like, wash it just very rarely, but it's, not at all.
But I was like asking him, I'm like, well, I mean, the jeans got to stink after a while. And he's just like, that's when you put them in the freezer.
Right.
You
no.
freeze them.
I've heard about this. Yeah.
I was just like, that seems completely insane to have, like, to treat a pair of jeans that way. I don't know. But I mean, I guess if you're spending, like,
do you
all
have
that
room
money
in
for
your
Japanese
freezer for
denim,
jeans? Like, I don't have room in my freezer for fucking jeans, especially big ass denim selvage jeans. Jesus.
Yeah, I got a life to live. I don't have time to freeze my jeans and then, like, unthaw them just so I can wear them, and then possibly wear, like, a pair of, like, dirty ass jeans that'll just still have a stain or something on them, and they'll still stink probably.
But you do have the time to do laundry. Curious.
Yeah, I do. But that's the thing. Like, laundry, that's like you can do that. But jeans, it's like, come on, you gotta freeze it. Like, how long does it gotta freeze for to kill the bacteria? Like, hours.
Right.
So you just gotta leave it in the freezer for hours.
Yeah, leave it overnight.
Have like so you just have to, like, have a little space in your freezer at all times. That's just for jeans.
No, you gotta get a jeans freezer.
Oh yeah.
You don't have a jeans freezer, Pat? you fucking mook.
That's got to be the millennial equivalent of, like, the dad beer fridge that's in the garage.
The jeans freezer.
You know, it's just it's like where you keep, like, sodas and beers and stuff, but like kids are gonna be like, oh, hells yeah, and open the freezer up thinking there's gonna be treats inside, but it's just a whole bunch of jeans. The dad's jeans.
Yeah, like, dad's in the garage. Oh, your dad drinks too? No, he's really into selvage denim. I don't know. It's fucking weird.
Yeah. He's watching A24 movies in there and crying. And freezing his jeans.
Waiting for his jeans to thaw. Do you know we have a Patreon, Pat?
I did, actually.
Yeah, we got a Patreon over at patreon.com/dumbidiotbs. It's patreon.com/dumbidiotbs. It's the umbrella company for all of our podcasts, including this one, Soy Trek you're listening to, The Media Dungeon, Prison Breakdown, My Wife, Dumb Idiot Bullshit, and Getting Head, a Bucket Cast. We got a bunch of tiers on our Patreon for all income needs and wants for things in your life, cool things that we can provide, such as for as little as $2 a month, you help keep all of our podcasts ad-free, editorially independent, and saying whatever we want, releasing whenever we want, doing whatever the fuck we want. We appreciate that. We appreciate each and every one of you. For $5 a month, we give you a shout out and say thank you to a ton of people. People just like Professor David Craning Sides, Electric Baphomet, Dandy Leon, B. Flig, Teddy, and Jody Shrimp God, Shane Williams, Sam Mayo, Lock Van Isle, Skeptic, Gillian McCrary, SFC, Punk, 7 of 9, Star Trek Enjoyer, D. Riker, Ethan Adams, Iggy, Abigail Simpson, Vinny, Phil McCavity, Danny, Dylan Lands, Jordan Hale, Elizabeth Hearn, Luna Dahlia, former Twink, Nathan G, DJ Robinson, Papa Poison, Awful Star Trek Drawings, Jose Martinez, Gabe Siciliano, Gursky, Joe Moore, Kyle Simmons, Nick Savarchin Sawyer, Anthony Cabrera, Seb, Robert Yolito, Asher Bliskin, and our good friends over at the Hate Speech Podcast, the Bruce Campbell Podcast, and Anamorphing Time. I lost it there at the end. I really lost it there at the end.
It went on for a very long time.
Yeah, it's just a long song, you know. They say keep your hits under 3 minutes, but that You know, I got a lot of lyrics to work with, and I appreciate each and every one of those people for supporting us. For $10 a month, you get access to
the motherfucking media dungeon,
which is my private movie server and show server. I keep shows updated on there. Oh, I should get some new shows. I haven't updated my shows in a while. What are some good new shows, do you know?
I've heard good things about that elementary teacher show.
Is it elementary?
Or English teacher. English teacher. I'm sorry.
Is it called English Teacher? What's it called?
Yes.
Okay.
English teacher. Yeah.
English Teacher.
I think that's what it's called. It's about like a gay high school English teacher.
Ooh, sounds gay. I'm into it.
But I've clips I've seen have been really funny. Which show was I thinking of the other day? Oh yeah, like someone posted a clip from a show apparently that ran for 5 seasons I've never heard of before, called Unhappily Ever After.
I've heard of it.
Really? Is it good?
No.
It has a
I think I have it on my server.
Really?
I think so. I might be wrong. You may be right. I may be crazy. Right? You like Billy Joel, man?
Wasn't the theme song to another show?
Yeah, it was to Dave's World's the Dave Barry show.
Right.
But on the DVDs, they couldn't get the rights to it, so they replaced it with this weird jazz song. I hate that I know that. I hate that I've watched 2.5 seasons of Dave's World with my brother because we hate our lives.
Well, I think people that subscribe to your media server know that there is specifically a folder for Dave's World.
There is. Yep. Dave's World is all up in there. So go watch Dave, the show about Dave Barry, the most underwhelming comedy writer of all time. I really want to start a podcast about Dave Barry. I don't know why, but I do.
Isn't he dead?
No, he's still alive.
Really?
Yeah.
I think you
He's
should.
just like
I think
80.
you should reach out to him and be like, "Did you want to do a podcast about your life?"
I don't want it to be about his life. I do want it to be about his writing.
About him. Yeah, and and then he can like hit you with his funniest jokes.
I'm gonna be like underwhelmed. I'm gonna be like, oh, is that the punchline? Is that where I'm supposed to laugh? Dave Barry, good one. So,
I mean, what else is he doing? He's probably not doing anything. He probably already has a podcast.
I don't think he does. I looked this up, I think, and there's like no Dave Barry podcast. He's on some episodes of podcasts, but he's not. I don't think he has a podcast.
I mean, Paul Giamatti has a podcast.
Paul Giamatti does have a podcast. That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah. Chinwag.
So, we're here today to talk about some Star Trek, aren't we?
We are.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't complete the Patreon pitch. We got off on a tangent.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. For $20 a month on the Patreon, you get merch every month. So yeah, that's cool.
That is cool.
That is cool. All right.
Not as cool as Dave Barry.
Nah, nothing's as cool as Dave motherfucking Barry swinging that big ass dick. Yeah. So we're here to talk.
Actually, the Dave Barry. Oh, never mind. That's a different Dave Barry. It's a Berry. There's the Dave Barry breakfast show.
Yeah, it's not the same thing. Not
That's
Barry.
not the same one.
Yeah. I'd love her.
Or also Dave Barry, the funniest man in the universe, probably on iHeartMedia.
What's that? Dave Barry, the funniest man in the universe? Is it like a comedy show, or what is it?
Oh wait, all episodes. Yeah. No, I guess it's just one episode.
Yeah, there's no
about Dave
yeah,
Barry.
no,
Never mind.
there's no No, it doesn't exist. That's what I'm saying, dog.
Damn.
Exactly.
Well, I'm saying that's why I was saying, like, what is he doing? Like, I bet he would love to do a podcast.
I don't want to do a podcast with him though. I want to do a podcast about him.
Are you drinking the Oreo soda?
Yeah.
I knew it.
The diet version.
Isn't there only the diet version?
Is there? No. I think they made
I'm
a
not
regular. Sure. I don't know. I don't care.
Oh. I've heard people say it tastes terrible.
It's all right. I just got a big pack and just to try it, and I have to go through them, so might as well.
I got you.
We're here today to talk about some Star Trek. Oh yeah, patreon.com/dumbidiotbs. Go check it out today.
Yes.
Today.
We're living on the edge of tomorrow. Today.
Yep. So today we're here to talk about some Star Trek. Some new Star Trek. We got some new Star Trek in our world. How exciting is that?
Trek.
Unfortunately, it's bittersweet because it is the first episode of the last season of Lower Decks.
Yeah. Boo.
Big boo. Not a big fan of that.
Nope.
So this is Lower Decks Season 5, Episode 1, Dos Cerritos. First aired on October 24th, 2024, yesterday. And it is the 41st episode of Lower Decks and the 939th episode overall in Star Trek. This one's written by Aaron Bernadette, who is this is the second episode of Lower Decks they've done after Season 4's I Have No Bones, Yet I Must Flee, the Moopsie episode. And he also wrote for the TV shows Man Seeking Woman, UCB Comedy Originals, and Inside Job.
I like Man Seeking Woman and Inside Job. I like both those shows.
Okay, so you probably connect with this writer then. Yeah. And this one's directed by Megan Lloyd, who's a member of the art department for Lower Decks and a director of 4 episodes, including I Have No Bones, Yes I Must Flee, Empathological Fallacies, and also Caves, all from Season 4.
Oh, hells yeah.
Yeah, so good episode. Season 4 is a banger. Pretty good season.
It was.
So let's dive into this bad boy. So somewhere in the Beta Quadrant, a Hellion woman is with a collector, Yorif, and his collection of artifacts. Yorif boasts about his wealth, and the captain, Lakar, hails them from an Orion ship and tells them to surrender or die. Yorif tells her to go back to her slime dungeon, which she takes as an insult, attacking the ship. The woman is scared, but Yorif is unfazed. They'll never get through his defenses and can control the ship from this very room. So, glad to hear that bit of news. The woman suddenly breaks his arm and tosses him away. The woman contacts Lakar as she drops the defenses and tells her to beam aboard the collector's security attacks. The woman reveals herself to be none other than Tendi, doing an Orion raid. Her friend joins her, and they take Yorif's nose piece. Rip it off. Credits to...
But it's medical!
Yeah, credits 2 minutes and 30 seconds in. So... Yeah. When we come back, Mariner is making a model when Boimler comes in and she messes it up. Boimler is in a periodical for Starfleet's 30 Under 30, or he thinks he is because he was interviewed for it, but he looks in it and he's not in it. Rutherford arrives and he's been working tons of overtime to distract himself from missing Tendi. Suddenly, Captain Freeman calls the team to the bridge. Yeah, he heartbroken, man. On the bridge, they find a wormhole to an alternate dimension. A ship appears out of it, and it's none other than the Cerritos, their very own ship. Imagine like a portal opening up and you come out of it. What would you do? Would you fuck yourself?
It's hard to say because I don't know if you're familiar with the movie Time Cop. If you touch your time double, you meld in together and die basically.
Oh, I get to die and suck my own dick. Sick.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
But I guess it's not technically their time double. Yeah, it is just from an alternate dimension. So I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, I mean, I don't know. I find I'm like repulsed enough by myself, so I think it'd be like, oof. But probably give each other piggyback rides.
So the other Cerritos hails the ship, and it's Captain Becky Freeman, who looks a lot like Mariner, and says they have a lot to discuss. So with Tendi, her sister calls and says her newest haul is impressive, but won't get her out of indentured servitude. She tells Tendi if she gets a certain Orion ship, she'll be free of her servitude. Oh, yikes. They really want that ship. So on the Cerritos, the two crews are hanging out and finding that their respective universes are incredibly similar, with slight differences. It's kind of like the mirror universe, but like no one's evil. Mm-hmm. Everyone's still on the same ship for some reason.
It reminded me of the episode where Worf keeps going through different, like, keeps ending up in some different variation where there's like slight changes to everybody. Mm-hmm. Like Wesley had been promoted, Data had different colored eyes. Yeah. Just like something like that.
Right. So New Rutherford has a ton of augmentations, including a new penis. And old other Rutherford is like, hey, can I check that thing out? And he's like, be my guest. And in the middle of the bar, he unpants him and begins sucking his big metal cock. Oh, I'm sorry. That was just my fanfic. Oops. Whoops.
That stuff has to exist, probably.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, people can't resist with animated characters.
They really can't. Like, the weird things I've seen done to Tendi online are unmentionable, unspeakable, forbidden. So the two Billups enter the room and say that they figured out, and one of them's a King Billups, which I like.
And I guess that implies, like, in this alternate universe, Billups had sex.
Right.
Like, he's no longer a virgin because he had to have sex to become king.
Mm-hmm.
And so and that just shows, like, that was the big thing with Billups' episode. Like, he couldn't decide, if he lost his virginity, he would have to leave Starfleet.
Right.
But also, he's kind of, ace. But, like, still, though, it's like, this Billup shows he had both. He could be king and also still be an engineer in Starfleet.
True. And all you have to do is have sex to be king.
Yeah.
Like, even if you're an ace, like, king. Like, it's a pretty cool title.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It just, why not? But
I'd do it for a lordship. I'd fuck pretty much anything for a lordship. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. I wonder if that's how you have to get when you get knighted and become a lord, and by the king or queen, or like you have to have sex with King Charles. Yeah,
the sword on the shoulder is like ceremonial and just like a mirror to like what he's gonna do with his cock. Yeah. Like, and when it was like Queen Elizabeth, it was her, symbolically her labia. Absolutely. Just smack that chick around. I got a meaty clit. I'm gonna smack you in the face with it. That's what the Queen sounds like.
A wet cat of nine tails just going on your shoulders.
It feel like a wet mop hitting you in the face.
Yeah, I just feel like getting hit by a wet mop. Like, slowly comes down, like leaves a snail trail on you.
Hit you with that stinky mop. So
Get that stinky mop.
The two Billups enter and say they figured out how to send the two Cerritos back home. But they only have 10 hours. It's implied that Captain Freeman's counterpart may be dead. I don't know. Actually, it explains it later, but she's not there. And Ransom is like, I miss Freeman. So Mariner talks to her counterpart as captain, and she chides her for changing her name, but invites her to tag along with her and learn some things about like what it's like to be in charge. And she points out like how orderly everything is on her ship. With Tendi, she checks out some schematics on the Orion ship they're trying to steal, when some blue Orions enter and start shooting. And they call themselves, what was it?
Orions.
Orions, there you go. Yeah, I couldn't get it out. I was like, how do you say that? So the blues are the Orions, and the greens are the Orions. So with Boimler and Rutherford's, both of them, they're doing work outside the ship. Other Boimler says they're born to be captains. The others reveal they don't have a Tendi because she left to become a pirate. The Mariners are talking, and Captain Mariner says she used to be a loose cannon, but now she scares everything with her order, and her crew is very in order. They walk into a room and everyone's fighting, though, so kind of disproves that. So back with Tendi, they're in a shootout with the Orions. Tendi says that they could work something out. They all make a break for the bridge, and Tendi heals an Orion when no one's looking, keeping to her ethos that she doesn't want to kill anybody in her commission of anything, which is why she went into medical in the first place. In the Cerritos, the Ransom argue over who gets to do stuff, and it's obvious that they have had sex. If anyone in that crew has had sex already, it's the two Ransoms.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. The Cerritos puts their plan into action, but it fails.
They ran some through ass.
You almost had something there. Very nearly, I promise. Very nearly.
It's on the tip of my tongue. Just like ransom.
So the Temerians start fighting, and other Mariner breaks it up and threatens them. With the Rutherfords and Boimlers, the Rutherfords aren't really getting along because he sees that the other Rutherford is what he could be without Tendi, highly augmented, with a metal penis. And then and he's like, "Oh, you don't like me, do you? Well, maybe you'll like this." And he pulls down his drawers to reveal a sparkling 14-inch metal penis. He says, "Try to fit this in your mouth."
It's pneumatic and just rotates.
That sounds like a Three Stooges gag. that's the sound it makes. Yes.
I mean, I guess that's the name. Like, just like you could pick ringtones for your phone, you know, it's just like you could make a mechanical penis have different sounds. Like, you know, it doesn't need to have like sounds like a normal penis would make. So it could just be like, yeah, knuckleheads.
Oh yeah. So you know how on like newer electric cars, because they don't have engine sound and it's like unsafe to not have engine sound for your car, they have like these tones, you know, you've heard these cars, right, coming,
Yeah.
And they like, I don't know, it has like this weird aura of sound to it, of this weird tone that it plays on external speakers in order to make the car more safe, so people actually hear it and notice it. I had a point here and I totally lost it. The cars with noise. Penises. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They could do something like that to let you know that the penis is there, right? Because a penis is an unsafe thing like a car.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. That wasn't the original point I had.
Cars are essentially like a penis you can get in and drive around.
You're not wrong. Like the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile is incredibly phallic. That's like driving around a big dick all around the United States. I mean, like, hey, I got hot dogs and big hard cock. Like, that thing probably reeks of butt sex. I'm gonna tell you right now. Smells like some anal lube.
I don't know if you ever seen some of those staged videos on on social media that come up sometimes, where it's very clearly staged, where like a guy goes up to a woman and it's just like, hey, how's it going? And she's just like, ugh, get away from me. But then he gets into a really nice car, and then suddenly she's like, oh, hey, where are you going? And it's just like, and then he's just like, no, you cast me aside when you just thought I was a guy without a cool car. Like, the cool car they should get into should be the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile.
Oh yeah, and all the girls are like, what? And they just like take out a fucking gun and shoot themselves.
yeah. Like, there's actually like an Oscar Mayer like wiener rotator thing that's on the thing. He's just like, you could have been living the good life.
All right.
I have carbonated hot dog water and this hot dog heater, and it has its own bun steamer, and
steamer.
you could have been riding in the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile, but you chose to cast me aside, and
sucks. Imagine driving that thing across the country. That'd rock. Like, that's kind of a dream of mine. I'd love to do that.
It's just like pulling up and then like getting everyone hyped up and like, yeah, who's ready for free hot dogs? Yeah, and like have everyone clapping, like be playing music, and everyone's like clapping in unison and getting really excited for free hot dogs, and you just peel away. Get on the highway. Start driving
honk, honk. Move the fuck out of the way! I'm going fast. Fuck off. Yeah.
Be a rogue Oscar Mayer Wienermobile, but really just buy
an aftermarket Oscar Mayer Wienermobile and fucking terrorize neighborhoods, fucking being like, who wants free hot dogs? Free hot dogs. Free hot dogs. You get everyone chanting and be like, they're in my car, let me go get them. Oh, I gotta turn on the bun humor, so let me start the engine. Vroom, shift it into gear, just peel the fuck off.
and then because you're like misrepresenting the brand of Oscar Mayer, they send like a whole bunch of a fleet of Oscar Mayer Wienermobiles after you, so you can't like park. Like it's like Spartacus. They have like tires that have like the rotate the things that just like the little blades on them.
It's fucking Mad Max. Fucking Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. I love that idea.
They're trying to run you off the road. It's like you surrender your Wienermobile.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we should look into finding decommissioned Wienermobiles. There's got to be some, right? Like, how many of those exist? I mean, is it just the one? Like, there's got to be more than one.
I kind of probably feel that they are probably highly regulated, that they don't let them go into private collectors' hands. But we can try. Like,
we got to steal one then. I mean, that'll be hard to find who stole the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. Let's put out an APB. If you see a truck that looks like a hot dog, pull it over.
Pull that motherfucker over. Shoot to kill.
Brutalize him hard. So, armed and dangerous.
Shoot to kill, motherfucker. Take the shot.
Make sure to fear for your life. Good day, officers.
I think that's like an incentive to our Patreon subscribers. If you want us to be a rogue Wienermobile, please donate money to the podcast. And we promise to use 100% of the profits to buying a Wienermobile and just drive it across the United States of America.
No, I love that
I'll
idea.
quit my job.
Yeah, I'll quit my job. I'll set the world on fire.
It ends with a dual suicide at the end.
Just like, yeah, road trip. Road trip
One
suicide pact.
One final. Who wants hot dogs? Who wants hot dogs?
Packs.
Yeah.
Who wants
Forever change the trajectory of
dogs?
everyone's
Who
lives.
wants hot dogs? Goodbye. Let's get back to some Star Trek. Star Trek. The Rutherfords and Boimlers aren't really getting along. Or sorry, the Rutherfords aren't getting along because old Boimler sees the new Rutherford, who he calls Otherford, is what he could be without Tendi. So he turns on Otherford's friend Acceptor, because apparently that's like a thing he has built in. Other Boimler encourages his counterpart, and they're good friends. Apparently, like, Boimler in the alternate universe like takes over for the captain all the time and stuff, and he's very confident, and he has a beard and stuff. And it's kind of fun because that like leads into the next episode, I think, to something we're gonna see. So with Tendi, they realize she's a traitor and healed one of the Orions, and they fight her. They being the people she's with. I don't know, the other pirates, the people her sister employs. So on the Cerritos, they figured out a solution, and before they leave, the two mariners speak to each other. Suddenly, other mariner shoots the regular mariner with a phaser. When regular mariner wakes up, her hair is cut, and other mariner is taking her place. So she's impersonating her now. She said she likes what she used to do. She doesn't like being captain. She likes being reckless and fun, like, you know, Beckett Mariners, not Becky Freeman. So Mariner tries to convince.
Yeah, it's lonely being at the top. Oh. Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Indeed. Limp Bizkit said that.
Fred Durst. Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Yes.
Fred Durst.
I'd love to be the one to disappoint you when I don't fall down. So Mariner tries to convince other Mariner, but she leaves. With Tendi, the other pirates fight her, and Tendi gets the upper hand. They tell her they want to be like her so they can pursue their dreams outside of pirating, like hers in Starfleet. One of the pirates accidentally runs the ship on, and they discover the ship is... accidentally turns the ship on, and they discover that the ship is a medical frigate. So it's not actually like a warship like they thought it would be. So...
we used to heal people.
On the Cerritos, they put their plan into action and open the rift. They mention their Freeman ended up at the infamous Starbase 80. Mariner wakes up and goes to the bridge. She orders them to fire on the Cerritos.
Oh shit.
Oh shit, you gonna fire on yourself in a different dimension? That's crazy, man. So with the Orions, they're taking over the ship, but it starts filling with laughing gas, and the pirates attack them and take the ship. So this was pretty fun little scene. Yeah, they used a clever thing, and their mask didn't work, and they were laughing too, but not like passing out from it like the others. So on the Cerritos, they realize Mariner.
Have you ever taken like when you go to the dentist and they give you like the laughing gas?
I've never gotten the gas. No, I've never gotten the gas before. Gas has always been like nitrous isn't good for you, so they've always recommended against it. Like there's better anesthetics there, and if you have any kind of like trained anesthesiologist on staff, like you'll use better anesthetics on that. For sure.
I remember getting it, and now that you mentioned that, I wonder if it was like a placebo. I wonder if they just gave me
air,
oxygen.
Yeah, probably. And you're just like, you're like this dude's fucking
I was a
dumb.
younger kid, so they're probably, or maybe it was a crooked dentist, and they're just like, yeah, let's fuck this kid up with some nitrous.
Yeah. Or like, hey, just like turn it on 0. I want to save this nitrous for myself for later, baby.
Yeah.
I'm a
one for you, one for me.
one for baby, or one for papa.
Yeah. Let's pull out some fucking teeth. I think he just had a cavity.
He just came in for a routine cleaning. Nope, they're all going. We're putting new ones in, and they're gonna be black. They're gonna be black like the night.
I do like in like there's that one place in China where they have like it's their idea of beauty is like when they put like blackout stuff all on their teeth.
That's cool.
That seems pretty cool.
Yeah, that
is really cool.
So
it's like, fuck me up, fam. Do that to me.
Oh yeah, that's goth as fuck, baby. That's a goth mouth. I'm into that goth mouth. Baby, give us a bit of that goth mouth. stick that thing on the penis. So I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start referring it like like, hey, yeah, suck the penis. Like. I'm just gonna start referring to it as the penis. Nothing else. Nothing. Oh yeah, you like the penis, baby. You fucking like the penis. The penis is good, isn't it? You like the penis, the big penis. Take the penis.
I was listening while at work today. I was listening to "I Got Bitches" by A2M, and yeah, he has that part where he's just like, suck it on Mr. Big Stuff. And it's just like, that's fine to say.
That's cool. That's cool to say. That's a cool thing to say to someone in life. Suck it on Mr. Big Stuff. I hope he said that like during a blowjob. He's like, yeah, girl, suck it on Mr. Big Stuff. And she just like looks up like, I can't believe I'm sucking this loser's dick. At
that point, I kind of feel like he should have like a little hat and a suit on. Because I feel that's what a Mr. Big Stuff would look like.
That's true. I should get a little fitted suit for my penis. I've got so many suits for myself. Oh, yeah. I should definitely. Yeah, that'd be cute.
That would be funny if like you have like, you know, a to scale replica of the suit you're wearing. Have it for the penis. So it's
I'll be like, the carpet matches the drapes, if you know what I mean. And I'm hairless. And they'll be like, what the fuck does that mean?
But it's like perfectly tailored where it does have like all the working buttons and everything else. And you do the same tie. I
have a little pocket square for it too.
But that could be dangerous though if it's like, because then like
I fucking sound a pocket square, put it straight into my dickle. So on the other Cerritos, they realize that Mariner is the regular Mariner, not the other Mariner, the one that they have, and they fire on the Cerritos. So Freeman realizes it's the wrong Mariner and has them beam swapped immediately. They make their way through the rift and back to their own time with their correct respective mariners. Correct respective mariners. Correct respective mariners. Correct respective mariners. That's all I got. I just really like that wording. I just came up with it.
For a minute, I thought that like this season would just have like the Mariners switch, and that was going to be a plot point for the entire season.
Nah, I mean it's their last season. I don't think they could really do that.
Yeah, and I guess you could only take like Becky Freeman so far, because she seemed kind of like almost like a one-note version of Mariner.
Right. Just a real straight-laced, like, who wants to be lazy again, you know. Well, it's someone with depth, I guess. I don't know. So, so with Tendi, they take the ship and fly away. They got the ship. They got the medical ship. We'd love to see it. So, Freeman is drinking with Ransom, while the lower deckers are drinking in the corner. Some new ensigns arrive for Mariner to train, and she promises to be herself.
Oh,
very sweet. So with Tendi, her debt is paid for stealing the ship and getting it back, but the Orions declare war based on the use of laughing gas is un-Orion, or un-Orion. Her sister accepts the war. End of episode. What do you think?
Yeah, I really like this episode. Obviously, like, I thought it was fun. You know, like the blue Orions from, I think, like, what, TAS, like like they were in there, you know, so that's why they're very lame and dated, and it's funny that they brought those guys back. Yeah, no, I liked it. I thought it was funny. And it does make me sad, though, that obviously, this is the last season, so we're not going to have, like, any more of this team, because I feel like the show has really come in its own, especially in the last few seasons. Is really, like, I don't know, I feel it's irreplaceable.
Yeah, I feel like they really hit a stride starting with, like, the end of season 2, and then onward, they've been really good. Yeah.
Absolutely. And yeah, I just feel it's hit this really great stride that, I don't know, it's kind of not, thinking about it now, it's like, you know, I could have seen this show going on for much longer. Because I mean, like, obviously Star Trek is an endless well to take references from, and also tell news stories. Like, you can, like, it's given, like, it's, you know it's such a long history. It's been very obvious that it can tell infinite stories, you know, infinite combinations. So yeah, I could have seen this show going on for much longer, but, you know, it's just, it makes me, you know, it's bittersweet in a way. Like, I really loved this episode, but just thinking about that.
Yeah, it's sad. It was a good episode. Yeah, I give it a solid, I don't know, 7.5, 8 out of 10.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good episode. Very, very funny. I don't know. Took a simple concept and played it out over 24 minutes. Great effect. Love to see it.
Love to see it.
All right. You want to move on to episode 2?
Let's do it.
All right. We're going to talk about episode 2 of season 5, Lower Decks, Shades of Green. This one also aired on October 24th, 2024, yesterday. This one's written by Keith Fogelsong, who is the new co-executive producer on Lower Decks, having come from the TV series Bones and also Hit Monkey. I've heard of Bones, not Hit Monkey, but it comes from...
I didn't even really think, like, Hit Monkey could be a real show. I think I remember seeing stuff about it, like, because it's exactly what you think it is. Instead of a hitman, it's a hit monkey. So it's a monkey that shoots guns.
So
it's like, it feels like
no, that rocks. It's like oh god, what's the fucking monkey that's a spy? Lancelot Link, Secret Chimp.
Yeah, Lancelot Links.
That
show would be completely illegal now.
Yeah, it's a nightmarish show, and they probably abuse the shit out of those monkeys.
Oh, yeah. Did you watch that show Chimp Crazy on HBO?
No.
Oh, God. That's heartbreaking. It's like this insane... it kind of deals with, like, the former chimp stars and, like, their life after stardom, basically. Or especially, specifically one, you know, and just how, like, and also just private ownership of chimpanzees. And it's basically, it revolves around this one woman who's, like, hyper libertarian and psychotic, who has like basically absconded with a chimp and hid him from after she was like ordered by the court to release him. And she snuck him out. She like drugged him and put him in a crate, and then secreted him out, and then secretly had him in her basement at her new house for for months. Yeah, it's a really interesting story, but yeah, it's just awful. Just like, and just how it really like shows how awful people who own chimpanzees are. I felt like very like poorly about them from the beginning, but after that I think like they should be shot on sight. Like people who own chimps, like I think those people should be executed.
Yeah, like exotic animal owners for the most part seem to be terrible people. Awful low-grade pieces of shit who like are just into exploiting things for exploitation's sake. Like it's a worse a lot of times than the people who like go over to Africa for like a safari hunt or whatever, because at least they're giving like an animal like a merciful death. Like fucking like owning them and enslaving them, keeping them like caged up, fucking it's awful.
And they give them like standard American diets too, so like they're getting like McDonald's, and
McDonald's is way too expensive now for a tiger or a chimp. Like, come on.
Yeah, but that's what they were feeding them. The lady was just giving them like sodas, and so like they're all the chimps were in very poor health.
Oh,
so yeah, it's just like then there's like very little laws that govern like keep these people from owning these animals, you know, but thankfully they can't be used in shows like Lancelot and Lynx anymore. Like because those monkeys were probably like, they probably took a whole bunch of them out in the back and shot them in the head or something. Like after a while it's like, but yeah, like
monkey genocide.
It's just sad to see, especially after after a while they get like, you know, in shows like we saw them at their cutest, but because like the one chimp that's in the show, that's featured in the show, he was actually like he was in Babe, Pig in the City. He was like the female chimp landlord.
Okay.
And
big actor, and so big name.
Yeah, he was a famous chimp. Yeah, or he still is. He's still alive, but like spoiler. But like but after they get like not as cute, they just kind of like get shuffled into the hands of these like truly evil people.
Bummer. I hate that. So the director of this episode of Lower Decks.
Sorry, chimp tangent.
Yeah, chimp tangent. We love to hear a chimp tangent. So the director of this episode is Bob Suarez, who has directed 10 episodes of Lower Decks, including Temporal Edict, Crisis Point, Wedge Douge, A Few Badgies More, Something Borrowed, Something Green, and so that makes him maybe the most prolific director of Lower Decks, but also maybe the best, because all of those are banger episodes.
Yeah.
And he's directed like, I don't know, like a fifth of the series, which is pretty big, you know?
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah. So, let's jump into this episode. A ship appears at night, and Tendi and her sister are doing a simulation on how to do battle with the Orions, who declared war on them. The Orions.
The Orions.
Suddenly, her sister has some heartburn, or so she says, and leaves. Said she ate too many slugs, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, she's eating like slug wings.
Slug wings?
Yeah, that's what the sister was eating.
Oh, okay. That's what she. Okay, that's.
Yeah, like they're.
How can you have a wing
if they're like wings,
they don't have
but
bones,
like instead
really.
of chicken wings, they were fried slugs or something.
But they don't have bones, so that wouldn't be a wing, really. It'd be like a boneless wing, which really isn't a wing. That's a nugget or a tender.
Yeah, I mean we have boneless wings, which are just chicken nuggets now.
Oh. Yeah, they are chicken nuggets. Boneless wings don't exist. That's not a thing. That's a marketing term. Call it a tender, call it a nugget. It's one of those two things. It's not anything else.
Yeah, it's so like like grown men can go and order chicken nuggies at Buffalo Wild Wings and not feel like they're 5 years old.
Right. But they are, because they're like, I don't like the bone. The bone it hurts my teeth. I'm still growing my big boy teeth. So, suddenly her sister has some heartburn and leaves, and something is not as it seems. Opening credits, 1 minute and 45 seconds. So we got a quick cold open here. When we return, we get a captain's log. They're at a planet called Targalis 9, celebrating their abandonment of capitalism and a new post-scarcity technology. So they're just like throwing away all their money and like celebrating in the streets. It's pretty cool, and like one of the most anti-capitalist things that Star Trek has ever produced, which I really appreciate.
Yeah. God, I wish it were me.
Right.
Why can't that be us?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. We still got capitalism.
Yeah. Still got it. So all the banks are turned into museums and like
petting zoos.
Yeah, petting zoos and like animal shelters and stuff. And I like that. I like that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So with Boimler, they're doing retrofits and hauling away currency when Mariner comes in, having converted the stock exchange into an animal hospital. Mariner notices Boimler has a little mustache. She makes fun of it. So going in from the continuity from the last episode, the last Boimler that he met had a beard and was like much more confident. So he seems to be going for that. Maybe. We'll see. So they discuss his new pointers, which he gives out, which he calls bointers. Boimler pointers. And they're not really working, and they're kind of just pissing off all of his crewmates and people he's training.
Yeah, he doesn't have the delivery of his counterpart.
No, definitely not.
He doesn't have, because it's like, you know, that kind of confidence that his counterpart had. You can't easily replicate yourself.
It's that Riker confidence. It's the I've had sex confidence, like more than once confidence.
Yeah, that's right. Other Boimler has had sex 1.5 times.
Hell yeah, that's good enough for me, baby. That's 1.5 times in heaven. What? They discuss. So Mariner tells Boimler to be the fun boss, and he just immediately caves and agrees and gives everyone an hour off, and they celebrate. So with Tendi, she checks on her sister's personal logs and finds out she's pregnant. She basically reads her diary, which is like pretty unethical. But I mean, she's a pirate, I guess, and she's with a pirate crew, so I guess they're all pretty unethical.
Yeah.
I mean, pirating can be ethical, but
she didn't hide it better. That shows that she was lacking. Like, because like, you know, if it wasn't Tendi, it could have been like one of her rivals that reads her secret diary.
Sure, that I don't like.
She didn't have she didn't even have like a lock on it, you know, like typical diaries do.
That's
like,
true.
You know,
I mean, did she have a password on her computer? Or?
Didn't seem like it.
Oh, well, that's the first mistake. Always password protect, you dummy.
Mistake.
Second 101 001 is a prerequisite, man. So Tendi's sister walks in, and Tendi pretends she was looking for a dagger, and her sister's like, what? They're like everywhere on the ship. What are you talking about? Her sister tells her that they've been summoned before the Pirate Queen, and she is unhappy with the war that they've started. So with Rutherford, he's testing a door when T'Lyn comes in and asks for him to be her study buddy for engineering tests. But he's busy fixing the door, but she decides to just stand there until he's done, and she literally just stands there. It's kind of fun. She's actually like written really well in this episode. I really liked her in this. And she was in the last episode too. They made a joke a couple times where like her and the other Talin like say something slightly different. One of them's like fascinating, and the other one says like interesting or something. Remarkable. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they play that off a couple times, and it was actually, the joke landed like very well. I thought it was really well delivered. So with the Pirate Queen, she chastises both houses for starting a war, and she orders them to settle it with a sail ship race, as like a not on the water, but space sail ship race. Space sail ship. God, I hate that. Say that.
Just like
say
Cisco,
that.
like
say it, Pat. Say space sail ship.
Space sail ship.
Oh, you got it pretty good. Fuck you.
She sells seashells by the seashore. Damn it.
She sells seashells by the seashore. Yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect.
So with the pirate, so the first to reach the hidden treasure, with the ship wins, and the loser abdicates their house and gives their wealth to the loser. Sorry, to the winner, not the loser. The loser shouldn't give the wealth to the loser. That wouldn't make any sense, would it?
Yeah.
So Tendy's sister wants to do the race, but Tendy insists that she do it instead. And it's because she's pregnant, but she keeps on like giving excuses. She's like, you shouldn't do it. She's like, I'm gonna do it. And she's like, no, you're some fucking big scary dude's gonna fuck your ass. And she's like, wait, what? That's not a concern. What are you talking about? She's like, I don't know. I think if you do it, that's gonna happen. Just saying. Just saying. Maybe no. That's my fanfic again. Sorry. So on the newly socialistic planet, Boimler and Mariner come back to work, but nobody's back yet. Ransom calls them, and they feign everything going okay. And they're like, no, we're just working, and kind of make shit up. So Boimler gives a pointer, and then they go and find the crew. So with Tendy, they're gearing up for the race, the space sail ship race. The race begins, and the ships sail into the nebula. Tendy keeps trying to get her sister to relax, but she's resistant. On Cerritos, Rutherford has gotten the door working finally, but Talin is doing some repairs on Rutherford's shuttle, but she's doing it wrong, he says. Rutherford takes over, and Talin just simply leaves. So, back on the newly socialistic planet, Mariner and Boimler find out that their team is being kidnapped by elitist terrorists, which...
I have to imagine that will happen if we ever get to that point.
Here's why it won't. The elite are cowards.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see who they enlist in their fight coming up, which I thought was like led to some of the funniest moments of this episode. But yeah, I mean, I think because that's the thing, like they won't be able to pay anyone to really like protect them, and exactly. I think that's like our own capitalist warlords who have current dominion over the earth. Like they know it's like once shit hits the fan, like they have like their bunkers and like other like secret areas they can go to, and with like a full armed, basically like personal military if they cared to, and they could get that because like we still live with capitalism and mode. But yeah, if we do reach a pro scarcity stage, it's like they would have to do it themselves.
Indeed, they would. Ransom says that they can't send help to get them back from the terrorists. Boimler commandeers a hovercraft, but he's on it the wrong way, and when he corrects himself, they go after the van that the crew is being taken in. So, with Tendy, she keeps forcing stuff on her sister when the Blue Orions start firing on them, even though sail ships aren't supposed to have weapons. which I feel like would be cheating and like using like energy in the race, which you're not supposed to do, right? Like you're not supposed to have an engine, and weapons can be used like an engine for propulsion's sake, you know? So I think that'd be cheating and like automatically disqualifying, but that's just me.
But also I kind of feel like it's the Orion way to cheat.
Then why didn't they put an engine on their ship?
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
they just put they just put like a warp engine on their on their sail ship and go
right. They just rip the sails off. Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
So,
well, I guess that's why because it wouldn't be able to withstand the stress of the speed.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know, they could go impulse. So, Tendi tries to convince the crew that they need to win the race and won't if they get dragged into a fight. She proposes a gentle, supportive mutiny, which she calls a cutiny, which I really liked. She puts her plan into action, and they trap Tendi's sister in the captain's chair, which for some reason has like these energy fucking cuffs that like appear on the captain's chair. Like they mean to sometimes keep people prisoner in the captain's chair, which is strange. So over with Boimler and Mariner, they find the elitist hideout and they break in. But they're caught by a gardening drone and put under arrest. So with Tendi, her sister breaks free and decides to go outside the ship. Tendi follows and admits that she knows that her sister is pregnant. Their sail gets shot and the ship crashes on an asteroid. At the elitist compound, Mariner and Boimler are in custody, and in a holding cell that they find their crew dead, not having been watered apparently by the gardening drone. In like a day, I was confused.
Yeah.
Like, oops, I forgot to water them.
Like, does he also say this is a gardener's arrest?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, no, the gardening drone was like super funny. I really enjoyed him.
I love the gardening drone. He was hilarious.
Yeah. So Tendi's sister admits everyone but Tendi knew that she was pregnant because Tendi is the queen of the ice or whatever. And
a mistress of the winter constellations.
Thank you. A mistress of the winter constellations. And she is supposed to train her sister's daughter to take that role for 14 years, and she doesn't want to rip her away from Starfleet. So Tendi realizes that she was protecting her, not giving her this knowledge, which is kind of sweet, but also burdensome. Tendi uses a grappling hook to catch the other ship and hitch a ride. With Rutherford, T'Lyn has fixed the shuttle, but Rutherford admits he didn't want it fixed because he was holding off and slow-rolling the repairs so he could do them with Tendi when she got back. T'Lyn admits that she wanted to help Rutherford as a way to socialize with him. He admits that what she did was actually really nice, and it's cute. They have a cute moment.
Oh, cute.
With Mariner and Boimler, they convince the elites that they're going to have consequences. Suddenly, the crew wakes up and admit that they faked their death by eating the local fauna, and which helps kill them for a while.
The coma beetle, I think it was.
Something like that, yeah. Boimler has them beamed back to the ship, much to their disdain. With Tendi, they make it to the Blue Orion ship and blow up the treasure so that everybody wins. The Pirate Queen has them both lose, however, and strip both of the houses of all of their wealth. But Tendi's family isn't unhappy about it and are happy to live normal lives once again. Tendi's sister sends her back to Starfleet. Tendi makes it back to the Cerritos.
She's done enough damage.
Yeah, she certainly has. Tendi makes it back to Cerritos and immediately hugs Rutherford. She's happy to work on the shuttle, but Rutherford, but he's about to explain that it's all fixed before finding out that T'Lyn has completely sabotaged her project and destroyed the shuttle for him, which is very sweet. Freeman decides to give the combined wealth of Targalis 9 to Tendy's family, making them rich once again. End of episode. What do you think?
I thought it was nice. I kind of assumed like the Orion plot line was going to last a few more episodes, but they wrapped it up next episode basically, and I'm glad though, because I definitely want the dynamic of Tendy with the others. Like I like that,
she's great with the
at
others.
Rutherford, someone else to play off.
Right. And this is the last season, so they definitely have to resolve like all the will they won't they stuff there with her and Rutherford, and, everything. Like
all the stuff that we know has been drawn many times by people online.
Right.
We all know that exists.
Yeah, we know all too well. I have a folder with all the proof. If you want to see it sometime.
Oh, yes.
All the proof. I have a RSS
I know
feed.
this is like a computer, but how is it sticky?
This folder won't open. It says error stuck together. I don't understand.
How does that happen? That's you unlocked a new level of just like of gooning.
Yeah, I'm the goon master, baby.
I'm the goon master.
Yeah, what do you think of this episode?
Yeah, no, I liked it a lot. Like I thought it was great. Like I love the gardening bot. Like I liked how like the gardening bot also had some remorse. After he lets them go, and they're like, "Oh," he's like, "I will never do this again," or something. Yeah,
this had a great A plot, a really good like heartwarming B plot with T'Lyn and Rutherford. Yeah, this one was just fun. I enjoyed it and used their actors really well. Although there was a couple, like Ransom was barely in this episode. Freeman was barely in this episode. Shax hasn't been in the last two episodes much at all. Like, he arm wrestled with his counterpart in the first episode, but I don't know if he was even in the second episode. Like, he's just not in there much.
Shax is definitely one of my favorite characters. He's, like, we
haven't seen, what's her name? Dr. Tiana? The cat doctor. We haven't seen her.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's just kind of been in the background. I don't even think she's said anything, has she? Like, she just kind of hissed at her counterpart, basically.
Yeah.
Or maybe she did say something in some of the things, but yeah, not enough.
Yeah, really good episode though. I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. So good, strong start to the season. I'm enjoying everything they're doing. Very good stuff.
Very good. It's a good show. We hate to see it leave.
We really do. I don't know. I mean, like after this, they're gonna have Strange New Worlds, and then we got the Starfleet Academy coming out, and then a rumored live-action comedy or something.
And don't forget the Section 31.
Shut the fuck up. I do forget the Section 31. I don't want to think about that.
Woof.
Yeah.
It's going to have, like, Sam Richardson in it, too, and I love Sam Richardson. I can't stand this betrayal.
I guess we'll see. We'll see when we see. We'll do a full review on this podcast. Full review.
Yeah.
Watch in the theater.
Or we'll talk about Chimp Crazy.
Yeah, we will talk about Chimp Crazy instead. All right. I think that's a great place for us to leave it.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us today, Trekkers. If you liked our podcast, please like, rate, and subscribe wherever you get podcasts. And, of course, go check out our Patreon at patreon.com/dumbidiotbs. My name is Britton.
And I have been Pat.
Thanks for hanging with us, Voyagers. Be well, travel safe, and check out Star Trek Lower Decks. It's the best thing running.
It's going. All right. Well, thanks for checking with us, soy boys, girls, and otherworldly beings.
Hang dong.
Hang dong.
And shocker.
And shocker.
Soy, 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 soy. Soy, 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 soy. Soy, 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 soy.
Banana phone, 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 banana phone,